Hi, I'm Dani.
And I'm Si. Welcome to Business in the Brew, a podcast dedicated to all things business with the occasional cuppa.
We take a business story, theory, or something we just want to chat about and give it a dusting of our own special personality and sense of humour, combined with our experience and knowledge. We're both business graduates and have run our own businesses for many years. We can't wait for you to listen.
Hello.
That sounded creepy.
Yeah, it did a bit, didn't it?
Did a bit. But that's fine, I'm going for creepy.
Oh, God.
Today's episode, what is success? And we're going to do it from from a personal aspect, but also from a historical, literal aspect. So when you think about success, what do you think about?
Good one. In context of business, as this is business and a brew.
It could also be in context of life, the two. When you're a self-employed
I suppose the two
business owner are very inextricably linked.
Achieving your own set of goals.
And are those financial goals, personal goals?
Personal goals. Well, as you said, it could be one thing or another. It could be life. Yeah. It could be that your life goals. It could be your company's goals. It could be your own career goals.
And do you know what yours are? Do you know what your goals are?
Yeah, I do, but I'm not going to share them.
No, I don't need you to share them.
Yeah. It was just in case you asked me, I was heading that one off.
No, I don't need you to share them. Do you think that decisions you make in life are all leading towards those?
I have achieved some of them. Some of them have taken longer than I thought they would do, and some haven't taken quite as long.
Is it that maturity thing you're still trying to crack?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a long way off.
It is a little bit, yeah. I'll be honest, we might want to let that one go.
What's your excuse?
Shut up. For a lot of people, success is often defined by what they see online. You're almost conditioned to see things and think, oh, that's what I should want, especially if you're self-employed, because you are surrounded all the time.
For things.
Yeah, like you should want to work from a beach, or have every holiday on a super yacht, or have the expensive bag, or you should want to earn 6 figures a month or 7 figures a month. And the reality is that for most people, that's actually not what their definition of success is, but people don't spend time really thinking about it.
No, we have an age where a lot of people are beset by the constant noise from influencers who are telling you what your success should look like.
Yeah, the 5:30 a.m. rise where you meditate and go for a run and then your day is set up perfectly and you only work 3 hours.
Any longer than 5 hours sleep is a complete waste of time. And that kind of, all
and
of
that might
stuff.
be true for some people.
But not for long.
And they drop dead from lack of sleep. But it's not ever going to be...
They won't be there to pick the pieces up.
Well, they will not, no.
Yes.
It's not true for everyone. I think so few people really stop and go, what is it I want? And because they spend so much time chasing what other people tell them they should want, when they get it, they're so unfulfilled.
Or the received wisdom tells them, which is actually from peer groups and people around you.
Yeah, because it's easy. If you're the only single one in a group for married people with kids, you're going to start to feel like maybe you should want to be married, maybe you should want to have children. But actually, that doesn't necessarily mean that's right for you, but that level of personal reflection is just not something a lot of people do. Not that I'm insulting people, but they just don't. Yeah, they kind of don't stop and think about it.
Do you have data to back that up? Is that your feeling on it from what you've observed?
That's my feeling from what I've observed when I go through
as an overall picture.
Yeah. So I go through a few bits, which was really hard to say. I kept saying
because we don't do generalisations here, do we?
Well, I do love a generalisation, but no, we don't. So the word success comes from the Latin successus. Oh, not much of a stretch, which means the result of an outcome, positive or negative. So originally, the word success was considered neutral. It was just a result. Whereas obviously today, the modern era, the post-industrial capitalist, it became very, very much synonymous with wealth accumulation, public recognition, and upward mobility. So you get things like, the Forbes Rich List, the Sunday Times Rich List, Dragon's Den, The Apprentice. All the cultural templates for success are exclusively financial and hierarchical. Yeah. There are very few where you are prioritising a softer, more value-led or personal goal. On The Apprentice, everyone's goal is to start a business. Well, that's fine, but actually you might not want to start a multi-million-pound business. You might just want to start one where you pay enough to pay the mortgage. You can see your kids every day. It's very different for everyone.
Yeah, they'd get very quickly filtered out though, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would, yeah. The psychological research on what actually makes people feel successful, so fulfilled, satisfied, and purposeful, tells a consistently different story. So self-determination theory finds that autonomy, competence, and relatedness, so the sense of making your own choices, getting better at things, and being meaningfully connected to others are the primary drivers of well-being. But none of those are considered in terms of being rich or famous. Sounds a little bit woo
for a lot of people, though, doesn't it?
It is, and I think that's why it's very hard to quantify.
Yeah.
You can't measure the sense of making your own choices. No, you can measure pounds in your bank.
But isn't this tension between the two is literally one's pulling one way and one's pulling the other. I am doing this to achieve these things, but actually I really just want to kind of be over here in the woods. Which is where I often think that I want to be. But,
over there in the woods.
Yeah, but there's a real there's a real issue for a lot of people that don't have the luxury of making that choice, though. That I
would agree with. Yeah. That this only applies once your basic needs are met. If you think about Maslow's hierarchy, as long as the basic needs are met, the rest of it then becomes aspirational rather than incomprehensible, to be completely honest.
Yes, you're always seeking out the next step.
I'm talking about people who have made their mortgage payments. They're not overly worried about money. Mm-hmm. They are building something, they are striving for something, they are doing something. And I remember very distinctly a couple of years ago in my business, I set a financial target. First time I'd ever done it. And I took on a client to hit that target. And I did it quite quickly and I was really pleased. And it was one of the worst clients I ever took on. The relationship was difficult. I was super, super stressed all of the time and I hated it. And we ended our relationship, or I ended my relationship within a couple of months. And my income goal obviously then fell off because I was nowhere near it. Yeah. But I felt so much better.
So it's like you'd been there, you tasted it.
Yeah, I'm like that.
And then I don't like the taste of it.
No. Don't get me wrong. At some point, the income levels exist. But the income levels exist for me because I want to reinvest in coaching. I want to invest in my business so someone can take on some of the elements I don't necessarily want to do, or use an expert who can really push my strategy forward. Mm-hmm. So financially, there's an incentive to succeed, but it is no longer my focus because I make very poor decisions off the back of being financially focused, and I know that about myself.
Or was that just a bad client?
I like to think I learned a massive lesson out of that, but thank you for...
But had that been a wonderful client?
Yeah, possibly.
You'd be thinking a different thing.
That's
altogether.
what I took from it, and I've never set myself a financial target since.
No, but you took a risk.
I did.
The risk was worth it to find that out, but the unfortunate thing is that it wasn't quite the right match.
It's just my belief that the universe has a bigger plan for me. Yes. I just believe. I
remember you said that immediately afterwards. Yeah.
Anyway, it's got some key sort of takeaways, if you like.
Yeah.
In 1978, psychologist Philip Brickman published a study comparing the happiness levels of lottery winners and people who'd recently become paraplegic. Quite the disparate groups.
Crikey.
His finding, which became one of the most cited in positive psychology, was that within a year, both groups had returned to roughly their pre-event level of happiness. So lottery winners were not significantly happier than the control group, and people who had suffered catastrophic physical injury were not significantly less happy.
Wow.
So money doesn't actually solve everything.
But did you say paraplegic or quadriplegic?
I said paraplegic.
Paraplegic, okay. All right. Wow. Yes, that's an adaptation that goes on there, which is, crikey, that's quite amazing.
It just what it does is create a positive spike in feeling. So you will have a temporary high from having won the lottery and being able to buy your car or being able to buy whatever it is. But it will wear off. So you're then looking for the next dopamine hit to bring you that level of achievement. Mm-hmm. Whereas I imagine if you've lost a limb, I don't know, when you can start walking is an achievement. And, when you can be left alone to make your own cup of tea is an achievement. And your dopamine points become smaller you're more grateful.
That's fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite the I can't say it now.
Juxtaposition?
Yes.
That's the second time you've used that study. Today.
Yeah, but the other one was off mic. So it was about a building, which no one else saw, so that they won't understand it. And then
I think you were just flexing your vocab and wanted to use it once you discovered it again.
That's right. I want to reuse the word you said earlier, but I've already forgotten what it was. Disintermediation.
Disintermediation?
Yeah, that one. I'm still not really sure where I should use it, but I'll give it a go. Anyway, There's also the Harvard study of adult development, which has followed the same group of men and now their families since 1938, so over 80 years. And that's the longest study of adult happiness in history. Really makes me laugh, this sentence. The finding, published most accessibly in Robert Waldinger and Mark Schultz's book, The Good Life, is disarmingly simple. Simple? Not easy to say, though. The quality of your relationships is the most powerful predictor of late life health, happiness, and what people call feeling successful. It's got nothing to do with wealth, status, professional achievement. The men in the study who were most socially connected in midlife were the healthiest and happiest at 80. So we're all out here, not we. Well, not me, maybe you. People are out there chasing this 6 figures, chasing this 7 figures, and they're not actually looking at some of the things that genuinely will, on reflection, make them happy. No, they're not,
because there's too much noise and they're literally not been able to pull themselves away from it. Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
And
well, we know that we've got a generation that's actually coming into that and seeing those as metrics that they're supposed to somehow obey. They're supposed to be some kind of part of.
Yeah. And the more you hear it, the more you start to believe it. And I'll be honest, a lot of that stuff people are saying ain't true anyway.
No, it's not.
So a 7-figure business owner only has to hit it once.
It serves the few. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And of course there is a cultural influence on it. So this financial definition of success isn't universal. It is very much a Western culture thing. In Japan, they have the concept of ikigai, which broadly translates as a reason for being, and it frames success not as an outcome, but as a daily state of purposeful engagement with the intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for.
How brilliant.
So it doesn't discount the element of earning, but it's this intersection of everything kind of coming together in this beautiful...
Ikigai, I can identify with that, because actually I do what I do and enjoy what I do. I'm doing the rattling thing.
You are, yeah.
I do what I do because I get genuine joy and interest out of it, and actually I like the rewards. The rewards aren't just the financial, the rewards are actually the reputation, and people being happy with what I've done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
In Bhutan, the government measures gross national happiness alongside GDP. the GNH. I love that. The idea that societal success cannot be captured by economic output alone, which I don't think is wrong. And among the Māori in New Zealand, they've got mana, the complex concept of encompassing prestige, authority, and spiritual power, earning through a contribution to community rather than personal accumulation. So it's still a level of accumulating physically, but for the greater good rather than for yourself. Bit communist, but yeah. But they're not romantic alternative frameworks. They are functional definitions that millions of people live by. It's not, that little weirdo group over there. These are whole countries, whole societies.
Yeah. They are. And before the Industrial Revolution arrived, that state was probably in play within our own societies.
Oh, potentially,
and it was when that started to change, is where those landowners and the mill owners and the exploitation.
Yes, as soon as you got societal levels, you had aspiration.
There was an awful thing back in the 15th or 16th century, the Enclosures Act, which is where people who once occupied land that was deemed common land was all of a sudden not common anymore. And then you had to go and find an employer to work for, because you couldn't work for yourself anymore in the fields. You had to go and work for someone else to earn a wage.
Which is awful.
And that's basically what we've been living with
the moment
for the last
at which
200 years.
We had to start aspiring to something bigger.
Yeah.
So, interestingly, from an entrepreneurship point of view, small business owners consistently report higher life satisfaction than employees at equivalent income levels, despite typically working, which we all know, longer hours and experiencing more financial uncertainty.
Yes, but
I will literally work 7 days a week.
But we choose to work those hours.
Yes.
That's the difference.
Yeah, if I want to go and get my nails done on a Wednesday, but then do 2 hours on a Sunday, I can do that. And I genuinely enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
And again, the reason is because according to self-determination theory, you have that autonomy. You're making your decisions. You're creating your own destiny. And I just think that's lovely. I think that if we all spent a bit more time being really honest with ourselves about what success meant to us personally, we would make much better decisions. Not only for our business, but also for ourselves. Because once you know what you're aiming towards, what your end destination is, kind of every step along the path becomes a more logical response rather than just, that seems like fun, I'll do that. Don't get me wrong, there's a place for spontaneity and doing the random crap to see what happens.
Spontaneous space-time, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of, the leap sideways.
Yeah.
But you can't follow your yellow brick road to happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, that's a really bad one because that didn't lead to happiness. But you can't follow that path to happiness if you don't know where you want to go.
That's right.
And if you're following someone else's path...
It's your path. It can't be someone else's formula. It's got to be your own.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think we need to spend more time. So I am not saying a word that makes any sense. I am an advocate of business owners especially, but everyone really taking time out to really think about what they want from life and what that end destination looks like, and then using that to take decisions along the way.
So that is self-determination, really.
Yes.
Yeah, which you've repeated several times through this.
It's a good word.
Yeah, it is. It's brilliant.
Yeah. So that's this. I mean, I could have this conversation for hours.
Yeah.
We could talk about this like for the next 3 days, but I have to stop it at some point, or people will get bored and turn off.
We should take the mics with us. Yeah, and just go and
to
have
the
a
pub.
pint.
Yeah, the drunker I get, the more erudite.
Is it the more philosophical?
That's right. The more sloths. No, now even I can't say it. I'm sober. But yes, so that is a start of a conversation that I think we might end up having many times.
Yes, yeah, we can circle back to something along this line that takes us a little bit further. Yeah. Oh, that's really interesting. Thanks. And I'm so glad that we steered clear of sweeping generalisations.
Oh yeah, because we don't like those. I like those. Thank you.
Thanks for supporting us by downloading and listening to this episode.
And a massive thank you also to Donnie, Emily, Nat and Lewis and the BTD Studios for all your expertise in bringing our podcasting dream to reality.
We'd love it if you commented on this episode, as we'd really like to know what you think and what you might like us to cover in future episodes.
And we'll see you on the next one.